So now we're going to make this animation. First we're going to look into the styles, which are in the right upper side of the library. I'm going to look for backgrounds. Each style has an own series of black backgrounds, but it does not mean that you have to stick to one style. If you make an animation, you can use all the elements in all the different styles. So here we have schoolroom backgrounds, and this is the one we're going to use. This is in fact what I wanted to show you. This little arrow here gives you the possibility to make and use a template per scene, and that is different from using a whole template as we did before. You can now have sort of prepared content for each scene where you just have to fill in. So I'm choosing this one sentence and a big word to fill in my own content. That is easy because it already has a structure in the scene. You don't have to do everything. You can just fill in, and of course you have to adapt a lot afterwards, but it's not so much work as starting really from scratch. There is one thing I have to tell you about it. You can only do it if you have not put any objects in this scene. So it's only there in the beginning. You can put in a background, but you cannot put in objects or words or whatever. What's different in this lesson is that I will not show every movement that I make. I wanted to make the lesson a little bit shorter. So sometimes you will see that my content is already there, that I did the work, without showing you exactly how I did it. Let's go to the next scene. We're using the same background throughout the whole animation. Go back into this arrow, and there are three sorts of templates that you can use. Just words and pictures, or a person, and the person then you can replace with another person. I've chosen this one with the arrows because I think it's programmed nicely in that there is one arrow after another, and that's nice. It's already programmed in time. It has a rhythm. So this time I'm going to use a man that is still, because and not jumping up and down or pointing or moving, because the movement is this time in the arrows. I'm struggling a little bit with the points of these objects, because you can turn them or make them bigger, and I will spare you that. I will put all the arrows where they belong. And now of course we need to fill in the words that come after the arrows. It is a little bit work because you have to find the font, you have to get the color for the font, to make it bold or whatever. Apply, and now you have to find the word. Where did it go? Okay, there it goes. And here we have all three things that I want, and place it. So this is the second scene. It's easier to do it like this. Well, you can try it out for yourself. Just start something from scratch or start with one of the templates. You see, it has a rhythm. Now, of course, I think this man comes in way too long, and you see at the bottom you can very easily change that. Now it comes in time. This was scene 2. Let's make a new one. Push the plus, and I've already put the background in. Now I'm going to look for a person. In this case I want to have the same person twice, because I want it to be about big content and little time. You see, you can make them bigger than the screen, and then you will only have part of the figure. You can right click and cut and paste, or copy and paste, I must say, and you have the second person. So I will have her small. To be able to move her, you have to click outside of the selected topic first, and then you can pick it up and move it somewhere else. And again, you see a little jump here. I have made the scene as I wanted it, and we're going very fast over to the next scene. And here I have, well, you know how it goes. I've put in the person, I've put in the animal, I've put in the sentences, and now it's mostly a point of timing. So let me play this. In this next scene, I'm going to place a bit of text that I took out of Word, and also just you add a text field and you paste it in it. I have done this especially because I wanted to make a break into the whole animation, to get your mind in a different atmosphere. So I want the viewer to go from excuse me, to go from just entertaining and leaning back to, hey, now I have to do something active. And I do that on purpose because, of course, this is a course. And I want you to start learning, not just entertaining yourself. So now the brain really has to read. Our brain is always trying to figure out what we're watching, even before it's possible to make sense of what it is. I find that it is too short. I cannot read the whole sentence, and I make it longer by pushing the plus button at the end of the timeline. Now it's better. Here you see I make a new slide, and I remember suddenly that if you push the minus button, it will disappear. So if you do that wrong, you are really sorry. I can tell you that. I have not seen an undo button yet. I hope they will make it in the future. So I have made the final scene, which is a sort of call to action, because this is the intro for the course. It will just say, let's start only. And now I will add the music. For some reason, might be different for different people, but for me it's easier if I work with music under the animation. For some reason, otherwise the animation doesn't work for me. I will try in the future to put a little more narration under it, because that's what a lot of people do. Of course, we have to learn that too. But for me, animation and music is really, they belong together. And otherwise I don't work nicely. So let's see what we have done here in the whole animation. Let's play it. Now that I'm looking back to it, I think that the second scene with the arrows are going too fast. The third and the fourth scene are perfect in time. Well, not yet. So I didn't like it. It was too long, and I'll make it shorter. You see, I just remove some seconds, but you really have to look if everything is all right then. If every object is in the good place, and if it isn't too long, if it isn't too short, check everything. play the scene again. So now this is the good time, and this is also very long, but that's what I explained before. I want the reader to, or the student, you, to get in a different state of mind. And now we are going to go for a call for action. Let's start. Only it's not formatted very well on the screen, and I will change it. That's better. And now finally I decide that I will put my name in it, and I advise you to do that. I advise you strongly to do that too, because it is it's a safety measure. Put your name in it, but it's also good. People will see that you have a certain style, and they might be looking for it, or they might be thinking, hey, I've seen this style before. Oh yeah, that's true, that was Camstra. So let's put it very small. It's good enough. Let's put it in the corner. And this was the whole making of the animation. You see, it's not irritating. You just put the final point by putting your name there. So let's publish it. You can publish it if you have a free version straight to YouTube. If you have a free version, it will not be the best quality, but you can try it out if it is something you want to do. I have a paid account, so I will always put it in full HD. What you need is I make it most of the time unlisted, because then you can share it, but people won't see it, only you will see it. If you make it private, I don't think you can share it. And this, for this moment, is not so important, because I want to keep it private or unlisted. And I always forget to put it in a category. Now we're going to produce it. Powtoon will then tell you, show it to you in their own website, and they have they say, congratulations, your video has been successfully published. Once the export to YouTube is finished, you will be notified by email. And here we see the whole